What's up, guys? Jason Guyman here tonight, and tonight we're going to talk about something that I believe is the number one thing that will grow your business. I believe this is probably the best thing that will grow your business over anything else, and that, my friend, is consistency. I see a lot of businesses as they grow and as they get to a point that they're not always consistently doing what they need to do. They get to a point and they're like, I don't want to do that, or that's hard, right? And so as I've watched businesses grow, this is probably the thing. And so tonight, I'm going to use this in pressure washing and Christmas light business because it works in both businesses. And so that is what I am going to talk about tonight. Let me know how my audio is. I know last week it kind of went foobar. I don't know what happened, but if you're on here, let me know how my audio is. But this weekend was a good weekend. I had a great weekend. I went and helped with water rescue. We had some property down on the river that we cut some trees down, so got to cut some trees down and start big fires. And so it was a great weekend. Obviously, this week is Christmas, and so hopefully you all are getting ready for Christmas, and you guys can hopefully, if you got your Christmas lights up, pray that it doesn't rain. So we have issues when it rains because rain is terrible with Christmas lights. As you all know, no matter what kind of brand you get, a lot of times Christmas lights and water just doesn't mix very well. I'd much rather have snow. And so I know when Christmas is right around the corner, you're always like, please don't rain, please don't rain, please don't rain. So you don't have to go do a bunch of callbacks, because no matter what you do, water gets in them, and that is going to cause issues. And that is what probably causes the most issues out of it. So, excuse me. So, the book of the week is a great book that I believe is an awesome book. It is a book that I believe that is the number one thing that makes your business grows. And a lot of times it kind of goes with my theme of consistency, of what you need to do to be consistent in your business to make it grow. And that you need is leads. And so this is the book from Alex Hormozi, $100 Million Leads. It's a great book. I highly recommend it. You can listen to it. If you want to find it on, you can go on to his podcast, look up his podcast. He's got it on there for free. It's on YouTube for free. There's lots of places you can get this book for free. So there is no excuses of why you can't read it. So make sure, because in 2025, it is all about how do we get more leads. When you want to grow and scale your business, it's how do we get more leads. Obviously, there's things that we can do to close sales more. There's things that we can try to do higher close rates. There's things that we can keep touching people. But how do we get more leads to keep growing our business in 2025? And so that is what we want to talk about. Also, as I've talked about the last couple weeks, about knowing your numbers, about knowing what your numbers are this year. And then my other goal for you would be to start writing down your goals for 2025. If you've written your goals down in 2025, I would love to hear some of your goals for 2025 in the comments. So please put the comments down there. What are your goals, or not so much goals, because sometimes we look at goals and we're like, oh, that's just a goal. But what are you going to do in 2025? Go ahead and name it, put it out there. Hopefully you got up a vision board. Hopefully you got a board that shows all of what you're going to do. This is something that will help you grow your business a lot in the end of this. So it is important that we do this. I know a lot of times we're like, does that really work? And I will promise you it definitely does work for sure. So we got Mr. Richard. I was trying to find you on Facebook, but I was unsuccessful. Yeah, I don't know. It should have went. It probably don't start till 9 o'clock. Just started this year and had a great year. Thank you for your help, Jason. Awesome, Prince. That is awesome. Sound is good, which that is good. I'm giving up on Google in 2025, EDDM year. I plan on sending 80,000 to the same 10,000 potential customers. I will be starting in January. I will also be doing flyering and yard signs. What do you think? I think that is good. I wouldn't give up on Google 100%. I would still try to get your Google business and all of that going. I know that they can be a pain, but it's good for your reviews, and that can help you show up that way. I would also consider doing Google Guarantee. Maybe not Google Ads, but Google Guarantee would be the other thing. But I agree. Again, you can, with the EDDM, make sure that you got a good offer. Make sure, you're going to have to test to make sure you got a good offer. I do know people that have very good success with EDDM. EDDM, which if you don't know what EDDM is, it's every door direct mail. It's your mailers in the mail. It does work very well for some people I know that do very well with it, with pressure washing. I know some people do very well with it with Christmas lights. It does do good, but you got to have a good offer on it. You got to have a good picture. You got to have that stopping. You basically got to make that one offer on that there from when it's coming from the mailbox to the garbage can, that you stop them. And your first one isn't going to, especially if you're starting in January, you're probably not going to see a good return on rate until probably March and April will be probably when you really start to see it. So January, I don't know if I would even send one out in January, to be honest. I would definitely probably start sending out in the middle of February, then go March, April, May. That definitely get them out in that time there. So that is something that I would do if it was me. Brian actually starting an LLC ASAP. That's awesome. Get your insurance, all that good stuff. Already getting set for 2025, over a 35,000 square foot of commercial cleaning and 25 residential scheduled. I'm putting everyone on a subscription year for next year, but people rather spend $100 a month than 2 payments of $600. Especially for Christmas lights and pressure washing, both would be great. Consistent money coming in. Can I do yard signs because they decided to start charging me $500 per sign? Well, that sucks, for sure. All right. So what got me on this here really was the part of consistency. And I had actually seen John Maxwell posted something the other day. Basically, it was a Facebook, and he was talking about consistent, is better than doing a lot of other things. And I think this is important because a lot of people will take and they will do something really hard, really quick, and they won't stay consistent with it. And if you're not consistent with any type of marketing, it's probably not going to grow. I see a lot of people, they get gung-ho about reviews, right? They get the review cards, they do the reviews, they do it for a week, they do it for 2 weeks, and then you don't know where they can't find their review cards. They don't know what they did with their tap card. They don't know what they did with anything, and then they wonder why they ain't getting reviews. Then they tell me that Google doesn't work. And it's one of those things that when you play the game, you got to be consistent, right? I would much rather have someone be consistently shooting 2-pointers all day long versus every 10 of a 3-pointer, right? Because they're going to lose every time. But if you consistently show up and you consistently do what you need to do, and it's a lot of times it's not as hard as we make it. A lot of times I hear people, one of the things I've heard of people complain is, and this is, I always say the 2 hardest things is, 1 is to start the business and go full time, and 2 is to get off the truck. And a lot of times we make our system so hard, or we don't have a system, but they're so complex that it's like we can't teach people. I see sometimes where people want to have all of these services, right? They want to do everything. They're going to do it all. They're going to do pressure washing, concrete cleaning, driveway sealing, pavers, patios, roofs. They're going to do it all. They're going to do the whole shoot and shebang, right? They're going to do everything. But what they've realized is they don't do one thing really good. And so this is why it is important that, and then they wonder why they can't hire people to do everything that they're wanting them to do. And so a lot of times, and this is a good time to do it, is, and I know it's not, if you don't have a good CRM, or if you haven't been really strategic in planning your year, is what made you the most money in 2024? What two services made you the most money in 2024? So if you're doing Christmas lights, then what two services? Was it the reefs and the lighting? Was it ground stakes? What two services made you the most money at the end of the year? And then if it's pressure washing, was it roof cleaning? Was it house washing? What was the two things that made you the most money? Now, here's the thing about roof cleaning, right? Roof cleaning can make you a lot of money, but it can also cost you a lot of money too. I know several people, and even us, when we owned our business, we charge roof cleaning super stupid high because we really didn't want too much of it. Because with roof cleaning, the chances of our guys killing stuff was really good. It was really good. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We spent more money in replacing bushes and grass and stupid stuff than any other service. We could probably put all the other services together, and we still didn't spend as much money as screw-ups from roof cleaning. And so, yes, roof cleaning can be very profitable, but if you're not careful, and if you don't have guys that are careful, it can be really costly. And so this is why it's important that, yes, roof cleaning might bring in a lot of money, but was it in the end the most profitable thing? And I'm not downplaying roof cleaning at all. I'm just telling you how the facts are. And DJ just went out this week or two, and he killed a bunch of stuff in the last couple of weeks with a roof clean, right? And so this is the importance of understanding what we need to look at when we're looking at it. And so there's another great book about this too. It's called Pumpkin Plan. It's the same person that wrote Profit First, wrote Pumpkin Plan. And basically he talks about, if you want big pumpkins, you got to pick off the suckers. Because if you don't pick off the suckers, they're gonna grow a little bit, but your big pumpkin will never get big if you got a bunch of suckers on your plant. And so this is why people are like, I want to add this, and I want to do this, and we're gonna be jack of all, and we're gonna do it all. And then we don't do none of it very well at all. And so this is why it is important that we look at our business and we say, this is a good time of year because we can look at the year and say, what made us the most money and what cost us the most money? And I will probably guarantee you it's the 80-20 rule, because the 80-20 rule works in everything, right? There's probably 20% of the services make you 80% of the money. And this even goes back to your customers, right? Who has paid you the most money in this year? I would probably say that your top 20% of your customers made you 80% of your money. But here's the thing. We don't always focus on those top 20% because we want to do everybody. And when we don't focus on that top 20%, guess what? We can't go above and beyond and make that top 20% give everything, because we're worried about the 80% that sucks all our time and it doesn't make us no money. And you might think I'm crazy when I'm saying this, but I bet you if you look at and you take the top 20% of your clients, the top 20, whoever's paid you the most money will probably make up 80% of your money, right? So how do we get more of those clients versus everybody? I want everybody. We're going to do everything with everybody. But everything and everybody doesn't get us to where we need to be at. You know, it's back to premium pricing. And I get it. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's not as easy as I say. But here's the deal with premium pricing. The reason why premium pricing works is because we don't want everybody. We want the people that are going to pay us, and that is the key to growing a successful business. I see a lot of businesses go out of business. You know what the number one reason why they go out of business is because they don't know how to run a business. They don't know how to charge. They don't know how to run a business. You know, I was listening to, I actually posted it in the groups the other day I was listening to Myron Goldman, and he was talking about how, you can be the best plumber, and you can be the best Christmas light installer. By God, you make sure that peak is peaked. You can't see the wires. You're the best Christmas light installer. You're the best pressure washer. You are amazing at pressure washing. You can clean anything and make it look brand new. But in the end, you don't know how to run a business, and you go out of business. And I see this over and over and over and over. You know, they'll have all of the equipment. They'll go buy a $30,000 rig, put it on charge, and they'll have the best rig. I seen this 2 years ago. A dude went and bought a $25,000 rig, wouldn't spend $2 in marketing, and went out of business. And he was like, Jason, why can't I get business? I'm like, because you won't market. You don't know how to run a business, right? You literally don't know how to run a business. And if you don't know how to run a business, it doesn't do you no good to have the best of the best and the best Christmas light installer. And we do all of this kind of stuff. That stuff isn't what makes you money. And I keep preaching this, and I know some of you are listening, but some of you are like, Jason is full of crap. He don't know what he's talking about. How do I know? Because I see it in my comments, right? But I'm just telling you that if you want to succeed in 2025, the number one thing that I see that people do is they're not consistent, right? They will start off strong and they won't be consistent. This past week, I had somebody asking me about Facebook. How can I do it in Facebook? What can I do in Facebook to do this? You always talk about Facebook. I don't know what to do in Facebook. And so I'm going to show you some instances of how to use Facebook to grow your business. I've got 3 people here, and all 3 of them do very well off of Facebook. One of them probably hit $500,000 or more this year. Another one did $750,000 or more. And the third one does about $1 million, $1.5 million off of Facebook. And they do other things, but Facebook is a big driver of their business, right? That is, they do other things, but Facebook is a big driver of their business. And then I'm going to show you a guy that did almost $2 million off of LinkedIn. And the key of all 3 of these, they've been in business. The first one I show you has only been in business 2 or 3 years, and he's on Facebook every day, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. The other people that I'm going to show you have been in business for 5, 7, 10 years, and they've done consistently over and over and over and over and over, and they still do it to this day. And that's how they're able to drive so much off of Facebook. And so some of you have been asking me about it, so I'm just going to show you what things that you can do that you are consistently doing to drive business off of Facebook. Again, this isn't for everybody. This does take a lot of work. It's not something that, it's one of the things I always tell people, right? You either spend time or you spend money. And I know that 3 of these 4 people I'm going to show you spend very little money in marketing, if any at all, 0. They do it all through Facebook. Some of them I do know do some yard signs, but that's about all they're doing to be able to hit these numbers. And so this is why I'm going to tell you how to do this, right? I'm here to help you guys grow your business. This can work for pressure washing. This can work with Christmas lights. It can work with whatever service that you're doing. But whether you're doing Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever you're doing, you got to be consistent. You got to do yard signs. Last year I had a guy call me, and I'm like, he's like, Jason, these yard signs ain't working like you said. I said, oh yeah? He's like, yeah, they're not working for me. I'm like, huh? Well, how many yard signs you put out? And he's like, I put out about 75, and this was in June-ish, end of May, 1st of June. And I'm like, you put out 75 this month? No, this year. I'm like, So you've put out 25 yard signs or so every week. Yeah, you're probably not, or every month. You're probably not going to get much business that way, right? You got to be consistent in whatever you're going to do. If you're going to do yard signs, you're going to do 25 or 50 every week, no matter what. Every week. Just put them out there, right? You're going to put them out there every week. You're going to be consistently putting out 25 to 50 yard signs every week. If you're going to do Google ads, you're going to spend $1,000 to $2,000 every month, no matter what, right? $2,000 a month. Just that's what's going out. That's what I'm going to do. But Jason, that's a lot of money. Well, do you want to make $20,000, $30,000, or do you want to be stuck at the the $5,000 month? Well, you got to spend money to make money, right? And so, if you're going to do website stuff, if you're going to do getting your reviews, right? You got to be consistently. You got to make sure you got a stack of these in your truck at all times, because if you don't have a stack of these in your truck at all times, you're not going to give them out, right? You're not going to be at the end of the job. And here's the other thing. You need systems. They don't have to be complex. You need systems, because if you don't have a system to make sure that this customer gets his card at every job, it ain't going to happen. Because here's the thing. If you don't do it, your employee ain't going to do it, right? So how are you going to make sure that they're going to get this card every time you show up? Well, one way you can do it is hey, employee, every 5-star review you get with your name in it, we'll give you $5, $10, whatever it is. We'll give you a gift card. We'll give you whatever. And that's the way you can do it. And then teach them the script to help them get more 5-star reviews. That's how you do this, right? That is how you do this. I want to read this because I know David Hamill does a lot. Using Company Cam will help you have great pics to show on Facebook. Require your crew to take pics on every last job. People love see flat work being washed. It mesmerizes to people to watch. Yes, it does. We did 1,200 yard signs this year and grew 44%. Installing job last tomorrow. So there you go. Yard signs work. We love yard signs. All right, so let me find my little screen here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Facebook. So I know you all heard me talk about good old Bobby Duncan here. So this is Bobby Duncan's page. Now, they've kind of gotten lazy on me, all of them have, because it's kind of the slow season of year. But if you go back into June, July, August, you will see that they're posting a lot. So, but even though that it's in the year, you can see that he's 11 hours ago, yesterday, he posted on the 19th. He's posted on the 19th, right? He's posted on the 18th. He's posted on the 18th. So you can see that he is posting a lot, right? Yes, it's a lot about his business, but there's other things that he's posting about. Right? So there's other things that he's posting, other things that he's pushing. And so when you see this, he's going to other businesses. When you see this, this is how he uses Facebook. He's doing lives, he's doing posts, he's doing videos, he's doing stories, he's doing it all. He's doing little little things like this that will help you. He's getting pop-up sheds, so he's got different businesses. He's going around to other businesses, tagging their businesses, so then they see him. And so this is how Bobby Duncan is probably going to hit 500,000. Haven't talked to him, but I know he's doing very well. And so this is how he is using his Facebook to do this. Like I say, if I scroll back here pretty far, he's got a picture of him and his wife on dinner. He's got a picture of the remote. So you can see that he's posting a lot, and it's not just about pressure washing, right? He's posting a lot of different things that is building engagement. Look at this. You think this is good? Talking about happy birthday. 76 comments, 96 likes. This one here got 15 comments, 50 likes. This one got 42 likes, 3 comments. So you can see that he's getting a lot of different businesses to be able to show up and help him grow his business, right? And so this is one that I know that he spends very little on ads, and he does it all through Facebook, of just doing posts, doing lives, doing everything. My next person for Facebook is Rob Anderson. Some of you may know who Rob is. Some of you, if you've been on YouTube or find him on YouTube, he has a YouTube channel, and he is another one that I know does very well on Facebook. He posts on here. He posts on his business page. And so you can see he's posting all kinds of things that he is posting. He's posting that, yes, I travel in costumes, so he's out driving around in his Grinch outfit, right? And so this is what you do. And he's tagging the TV people, right? He's trying to get people to see him that will want to get him live. And he's posting them, he's tagging them, he's doing all of those things that you can do to help get you there. But you can see that he posts quite a bit. We're on December 14th. You got the 10th. You can see that he's posting at least once or twice a day, every day, right? Every day he's posting 1 to 2 times. And in the summer times, he's posting a lot more. I did a speech one time, and he had posted like 60 times in 14 days. 60 times in 14 days. So that tells you how many times you got to post, and you got to post over. And when I said 60 times in 14 days, P&P's like, well, we posted 90 times in those same 14 days. Well, guess what? They're doing about $750,000, and they're doing it through Facebook. Again, the 19th, the 19th, the 19th, the 19th, the 18th, the 18th. So you can see how many times they're posting. They do too. They do Facebook Lives. They do Facebook pictures. They talk there. They do mom and dad jokes. They do dad jokes. And so this is how they are using Facebook, and they are actually using Facebook business page. So these two here are using their personal pages, and then P&P, Andrew and Savannah, are using their business page. And so their business page used not do very good back in the day, but Facebook needed, when Apple said they couldn't have all the information, they started allowing the business pages to get some traction because they needed your information. And so this is how they got your information, is allowing the business pages to take over. And so this is what you can do for the business pages that you can do. Again, you can see that they're doing lots. Now, they've been in business 3-4 years, and you can see how many times they're posting. They're not posting one time a week, a month, and being like, I'm getting all of this business. They are consistently and relentlessly doing this. This is not something that, oh, Jason, I'm going to try it and do it for a week and quit. It's something that you got to be consistent, you got to be relentless, and you got to do it. And then the last one is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another one. Benjamin Gregory he's probably going to be real shy of $2 million, pretty much all up pressure washing with 2 trucks. How does he do it? He does it on commercial. He gets a crap ton of commercial. How does he get commercial? Well, he's been on LinkedIn, and he's been hammering it ever since I pretty much sold the business. He started it. He is in my area. He lives 10 minutes from me. His shop is 10 minutes from me. And so he started doing LinkedIn. He used to post 3 to 4 times a week. Last time I checked, he was only at 5,000 followers. Now he's at over 10,000 followers. And so this is how he does it. You can see that he posts a bunch. It's not just all he posts one time. You can see the videos. You can see how many videos he posts. This isn't just, you know what, I'm going to do this one time. This is something that takes time. The thing about LinkedIn, it works amazing to get commercial work, but it is not something that you're going to do 1 week, 2 weeks, 6 months, a year, and think that you're going to get a bunch of work. Now, LinkedIn is 1 year, 2 years, it will start blowing up on you, and you can get a ton of business off of LinkedIn. But you got to be consistent, relentless, and don't stop doing it. It's not, Jason, I tried LinkedIn, that didn't work. Well, how long did you try? I tried it for 2 months. Well, good luck. It ain't going to work. Just like probably Facebook ain't going to work. Because you know what? Facebook ain't going to work if you only got 200 friends. If it's your mom and dad and your brother, Facebook is probably not going to work, right? We know Facebook is not going to work. You can see that Rob Anderson has 4.2 thousand followers. You can see that Bobby Duncan has 5,000 and something followers. Let me get it up here at the top. You can see that Bobby Duncan has 5.3 thousand followers, right? This is what I'm talking about. You can't have 10 people and be like, Jason, Facebook don't work. Yeah, it takes time. It takes stuff that you have to do to make this happen. Look, Kingdom Pro Wash just landed $2,000 job off of a LinkedIn. $21,000 job off of LinkedIn. That, my friend, is amazing, right? This is what happens when you are consistent, relentless, and prolific about it. Consistency is key. How many times do I got to tell you this? Consistency is key. If you are not consistent in whatever you're trying to do, it will not grow. And I get it. Most entrepreneurs have ADD like no other. We have shiny syndromes going with us. Oh, look at that shiny thing. Oh, look, this person said this works. We're going to try that. Oh, that person said Facebook ad works. Oh, that person said Google ad works. Oh, that person said SEO works. Oh, that person says this works. And in the end, we don't do nothing because we can't focus. And that's why I say throw stuff on the wall, see what sticks, and when it sticks, keep throwing it. Don't stop. Because here's the thing. I see it all the time. I see people start off with yard signs, and they'll start growing their business, and then they want to move to something else. And I'm like, why did you quit doing Facebook or yard signs? Yard signs been working for you. I'll prove this to you. I've got one right here. This guy right here, right? He just said he did how many yard signs that he did. And he's been in business forever because they work. You don't stop doing what works. When you stop doing what works, that's when you fail because then you're just like, pew, 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 and nothing is going to work. You got to, if you want to add to it, once you find something that works, you keep hitting that nail till they don't go no more. And then if you do want to hit another nail, you keep hitting this one and we keep doing a little bit of something else. You know, when I tell people when I start my pressure washing and Christmas light training that I do in person, that I always tell people, I'm going to show you 25 ways to get business, but pick one or two and become great at it. You can't do them all. It's not possible because what you got to do to one isn't the same thing you got to do over here. And so it is important that you focus on one or two and become great at it. And when you become great at that, then you can start adding. But don't quit it. I see so many people start off with yard signs and they're doing well, and then they quit doing yard signs because that's too much work. Yeah, everything is work. Everything is work. If you want to be great, you got to work at it. It's not, because if it was easy, we would have a gazillion people doing pressure washing and Christmas light businesses. But I promise you, some of you think we do, but we don't. Because yes, there might be 500 people doing that thing this year, but next year there's only 100 doing it. Actually less than that, because if we do the 80-20 rule, if we have 1,000 pressure washers or 1,000 Christmas light installers for competition this year, next year there's only going to be 20%. Now there's going to be some more, but again, the 80-20 rule works a lot in a lot of ways. I will promise you, you will see a lot of people come and you will see a lot of people go. As I said, David Hamill has a company that's been in business for a long time. They do very well. I guarantee you he's seen a lot of competition come in. He probably don't even call it competition because you don't worry about those other people. He's had a lot of people start businesses in his area that have started and they have closed, right? And so this is the important part of don't worry about your competition. Everybody's worried about them. as much time as you worry about your competition and you focused on consistently posting in Facebook and not in groups that have nothing to do with what you're going to do with, because you're in the Christmas site install group or the pressure washing groups and you love going in there and being a keyboard cowboy and banging on it and telling all these other people what to do that you just learned yesterday, you're not going to grow your business. The people that I talked about in here, you probably very rarely ever see them in those groups. You know why that is? Because they're focused on their business, not on everybody else's business. They are focused on their business. They're working on their business. The 3 or 4 posts that you're posting in these groups don't get you nothing. These guys are posting the 3 or 4 things on their page and it's making them money. And that, my friend, is what I'm talking about. Be consistent in posting on your page, not in the groups. It does you no good. It does you no good. I promise you. I love my group. It has 30,000 people. It makes me a lot of money. I'll be honest. But it makes most people no money, because they're in there and they're not where they should be at. And they struggle and they struggle. And I'm just like, as many times as I go back and see you post in my group, why are you not posting on your personal page about your business so more people will come to your business? Why are you not on LinkedIn, posting on LinkedIn 1 time a day and commenting 5 times on 5 people's stuff? That is what you got to do, because LinkedIn is not about posting 4 or 5 times a day. LinkedIn, you post 4 or 5 times a day, it don't do you no good. But if you post 1 time a day on LinkedIn and you go comment on 10 people's stuff every day, that you can go look at the analytics. In 30 days, you're going to be like, holy crap, this does work, what Jason says, right? Facebook, it's about doing 5-10 posts. LinkedIn, it is not about doing 5-10 posts. It's about doing 1 post and commenting on other people's stuff 5 to 10 times. That is how we start showing up more and more on LinkedIn. So those are 2 little nuggets I gave you that is worth a lot more than probably than anything else that I've said tonight. Other than whatever you do, be consistent. Consistency wins the race every time. Consistency wins over perfection, right? Some people are like, it's got to be perfect. If it ain't perfect, I ain't sending it. I'll tell you right now, consistency wins over perfection every time. I can prove it over and over and over, because perfection is the number 1 killer of never getting anything done, because it's never going to be perfect. What I thought was perfect a year ago, I think sucks now, right? What you think is perfect today isn't going to be perfect tomorrow. And so don't worry about perfection. Consistently get it out there. Consistently do what you need to do, and that will grow your business more than anything else. All right. Sorry I talked a lot tonight, but I feel like that you need to hear this, because I want you to be successful in 2025. I hope you were successful in 2024, but I want you to be more successful in 2025. I want you to grow. I want you to thrive. I want you to become the best of the best in your area, right? Because that's what it's about. Because I want you to have time freedom. I want you to have financial freedom. I want you to be able to do the things that you want to do versus not doing what you want to do and not making any money. Let's see. Where are we at? Should I convert to an LLC, to an S Corp? That would be dependent on what your tax guy says. So there's advantages of both. It really depends on how big you are and where you're at, whether you need to be an S Corp or an LLC. And honestly, that's up to your I would say that's up to your tax guy. Your CPA is who I would reach out on that. I will be consistent to do 400 yard signs monthly. Listen to this, 400 yard signs a month. We have 50,000 flyers ready. I will increase my prices 15%. I will have enough employees to always have a spare guy and give more back to the community. This is what you need to have written down. I know he probably has it written down, but you need to have this written down. You need to have this written down where you see this every day. Because when you see it every day, you're like, yep, we got to get those 100-yard signs out a week. And this is how you do this, right? I made a post about once or twice a week to keep them from being that guy who is annoying in groups, but I also send out mass emails to everyone on my CRM to keep them posted. Ended of the year at $198,000. Average 68 jobs, 2,980. I didn't get my goal of 300 due to health. I think that's pretty good, though. I am in the building. Great content. Keep up the grind. I've made a lot of money with paver sealing. Can I make $1 million with paver sealing in California, Southern California? Probably, yes, you can focus on it. What I've learned the most out of running a business and watching other people is what you water grows, right? What you focus on grows. My friend that his second year did well over what he thought he would do, $500,000 to $700,000, and he focused on it. That's all he did was Christmas sites. He did nothing else. He focused on Christmas sites. He did a lot of calling in Christmas sites in June, July, and August, September. He did a lot, and that's how he was able to grow his business. My main three services are house washing, driveway cleaning, and windows. All other services that are awful are additional services that I do is roughly 20% of my jobs, just like commercial properties, 40%. Mr. George Yost, how are you doing tonight? Using Company Cam will help you have great pictures to show on Facebook. Requires your crew to take pics on every last job. People love watching people work, right? This is a system. But Jason, that costs $20 or $40 a month. Okay, so $480 a year will be a lot cheaper than you having to screw something up and saying that it was on you and you never screwed it up. So $480 is worth it to me, right? And so this is why it is important that we do this. They should be taking before pictures, taking them during pictures, taking after pictures. But here's the thing. You need a system to make sure that they're doing that, because if you don't set up a system to do that, they're not going to do it. And if you go out there, have to follow that system or it doesn't work either. We did 1,200 Christmas yard signs this year and grew 44% last job. So 1,200 yard signs within 3 months. Think about that. 1,200 yard signs. Let's see, you probably did them in November, October, September. So 4 months. There you go. In a business, you must think about 2 to 3 main services and build those and bring customers any additional services. Yep. Personal or business page. As I said, 2 of those were personal pages. P&P was a business page, and LinkedIn was a personal page. LinkedIn, you want to do personal page. LinkedIn commercial page don't do you much any good. Can I build a great business by only focusing on paver ceilings through Facebook ads? Probably. I don't know about the ad part, but yeah. I'm great at closing ceiling jobs for $3 a square foot, which is the highest in the industry. I don't know if that's the highest in the industry. That's probably not the highest in the industry, because I know somebody doing them for about $3.85 a foot right now in Michigan. Rob is great. He taught us how to install Christmas lights. I close paver cleaning and sealing for $3 to $3.50 and stripping for $4 to $4.50. I am not cheap. You're paying for my business and my experience. This year, I am going to get out of the ghetto. I'm going to put everything I have into achieve greatness, I will go on your podcast. Let's go, man. Here's the thing. The way you talk is the way you will. So I know, don't even say about the ghetto at this point. I know you're from the ghetto because you've said it a lot. But, you know, a lot of times when we think that way, we believe that way. So just believe that you are greatness. Think you are awesome. You will do great things. And that's what's awesome about it. For my repeat customer for year 3, I did in November 4,500 square feet. It cost $11,000. I gave him a little bit of a deal. Just landed a $21,000. I got a $22,000 job spring, Chamber of Commerce. If you don't stay at constant level of focus to market your business, you won't grow. If you play the yo-yo up and down game, your business is set to fail. Just started 3 months ago, and I just did a seal job. 4,200 square foot, 9,600. Feels great. That is great. One thing, raise your prices. Goodness gracious. This here is probably one of the best things ever right here. Is raise your prices. This is hard for a lot of people. A lot of people don't believe that you should raise their prices. They come from a $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour job. And so if you're making $100, you think you're doing well, but in the end, you're probably not. And so raise your prices is the biggest thing. Keep raising your prices. If people are paying your prices, keep raising them. You know, I can show you a lot of successful businesses, and their close rate is probably around the 30 to 40% close rate. So that means they get a lot more no's than they get yeses. But they're a lot more profitable, and they're doing a lot bigger numbers than people that are doing this 60, 70, 80% close rate. Because if you're at the 70, 80% close rate, you need to raise your prices. Because you're doing a lot of stuff that you shouldn't be doing, and you're not making the money that the guys that are doing half the work than you are making twice as much money. And that's the goal at the end of it. Merry Christmas, Jason. You're a legend. Thank you. Well, thank you, Pat, for coming on and listening to me on this Christmas weekend before Christmas. I will probably not be on Wednesday night since it is Christmas. I'll give you all a break. And I may not be on for New Year's. I might be out of town. I don't know. So if I'll be able to jump on or not. I don't post or comment much anymore in any pressure washing groups for anything. I focus in groups in my area to put my name out there and share my business. This right here is definitely the key to growing your business. Post in your neighborhood groups, not in the community pressure washing groups. This is fire. No lies told. And ended the year with a $1,400 average ticket. That is awesome. Awesome. And how do you get a $1,400 ticket? By raising your prices and asking for it. You got to ask for $3,000, and you usually end up with an average ticket around the $1,400. This is amazing. That is awesome, Kingdom Pro Wash. I'm proud of you. Check out Ron Smith for Leveling Up Paver Sealing. He's in Florida, different market than us. Going to hit 200,000 in 2025. Awesome. What's your steps to get there? 67,000 last month, 2 trucks. Amazing. David Hamill talks nonsense. We are in his area. I picked 3 clients that were unhappy with high quality of his washing work. Here's the thing about it. I've seen his numbers, and he's not talking nonsense. I've seen his website. I've seen a lot of other things. And yeah, he might not have the best of what it is, but he knows how to run a business. I live by Jason. Pray for rain, but never neglect to water your seeds. Yep. Jason, do you offer business coaching? I do. I do, and I'm going to. That is one of the goals that I'm going to set up more of this year, is helping more people on the one-on-one side of things. Right now, it's not so much one-on-one; it's more of a group. But we're going to probably change that in 2025. If you want to check it out right now, it's at not Christmas Lights, kingofpressurewash.com/mentorship. Uh, do charge sales tax on your installs. My old accountant told me I couldn't, but he was wrong, and now I have to pay so much in sales tax now. So it depends on your state. Each state is different. So Kentucky, you used to not have to do sales tax. And then when about 6 years ago, they made it where it was a luxury tax, and now you have to pay the 7%. And yes, you do have to pay it. Yes, you can charge extra on top of the service. That's what DJ does, so you're not paying it. If you don't do that, then you're paying it all yourself, and then you're really screwing yourself. So definitely want to make sure that you're putting it on there for sales tax. Ohio, we didn't charge sales tax if you worded it kind of, if it was concrete cleaning, different things like that, you didn't have to do sales tax. But if you were cleaning the house, you did. So it was kind of how you said what you were doing. January should be a full in December, or will we go dead in here in New Zealand? I have no idea what New Zealand is. I will tell you that here in the States, January goes dead because it's cold. And so we're cold through January, February, March is usually when things will start coming back, depending on where you're located at. But I have no idea in New Zealand. My close rate has dropped and dropped, so probably so. I still have guys in my area still charging 100 to 250 for the last 2 to 8 years. Their base of volume work, and 12% of them are out of the business this year. 34% close rate, 47% profit this year. That is amazing. Consistently yard signs and making sure I answer the phone. This right here are the two most important things, right? Consistently put it out and consistently answer the phone. You know, somebody, I don't even know where they wrote on my thing basically that they had closed jobs because they answered the phone. And even though it was in Texas, but they're in Alabama, right? Because just because they're not in your area doesn't mean that you need to answer your phone. You have to answer your phone. I'm full for January. Awesome. Only competition is me versus mine, said is the key. This is something that is true. What can you do better than you did yesterday? What can you do what can you do better than you did last week? What are things that you can do better than you can do next week? Right? How can we get our close rate from 33% to 34%? How can we get our average ticket from $900 to $925? Right? Them are the things that we need to worry about and be consistently, that is definitely the hardest thing that we need to do. And yes, mindset is the key. This here is the number one key that will hold you back. Because if you do not believe in it, you will not get it. If you do not believe that you are worth what you're worth, you will never get it, because nobody will ever believe you either. Because you don't believe in yourself, so how is other people going to believe in you? And so this is definitely a very, very, very important key in growing a business, in being successful, is your mindset. I've used to hear this, and I used to think that's the dumbest thing ever. Whoever says that is dumb. But I promise you it is not dumb. You have to change your mindset. You have to change, I've talked about how I had a poor mindset. It still creeps up every once in a while. And it's not easy to get over, right? But it's how you got to get over it. That's how you got to grow. And that's how you can keep moving forward, is having a growth mindset, having a mindset that I am awesome, I am great, we are going to do amazing things, right? So those are definitely things that you have to think about. So if you need any Christmas lights or training, definitely check out christmaslights.io. Pressure washing, kingofpressurewash.com. I'm going to be revamping the whole thing come in January. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different things in there. I'm going to start doing some marketing stuff for websites. I've got some really cool things coming up for websites. I just built a website for one guy that it's already starting to rank very well and coming up in rankings. When I took it over, it only had like 30 keywords that it was ranking. Now it's up to 70 keywords. This has only been a little over 2 weeks, so I'm excited about that. I'll be putting more information on about that coming up here, coming in the new year. I've got some really cool plans and thoughts of what I'm going to do. Last year, I kind of went all in on Christmas lights. I will still be doing a lot of Christmas light stuff, but I'm going to be talking about pressure washing and marketing for pressure washing and Christmas lights. You know, I know a lot of you make a lot of money in Christmas lights, but don't put a lot of money in marketing in it, and you could do a lot more. And so those are things that I'm going to be working on. Those are the things I'm going to be showing. And so it does work. It's working for my own website. I can show you what I did for my own website, and I'm using that to leverage other people's websites because I'm linking to their websites too, which will help your website. And so these are all things that I will be doing. I'm going to be probably rolling it out in January is when I'm going to roll it out. So that'll give me a month to show you what I've been able to do with his website and a couple other websites I've got going. So if you need a website, definitely keep me in mind. But again, if you want to learn about Monday night marketing or Monday night coaching calls, go to kingofpressurewash.com or Christmas Lights. If you join the membership, if you're in the membership, every Monday night we do it was supposed to be a 30-minute call. It's a 2-hour call. It's a lot of awesome people in there that are growing their business. You can see how Dan's been in there. A bunch of other people in here have been in there, and you will learn a lot. You will grow. I promise you. It's about consistently showing up. If you show up one time and then you're like, Jason, I didn't grow nothing. Well, you only showed up one time. You know, I got Tristan. He's shown up for the last probably 3 years every week. Maybe probably 10 times he hasn't been in there. And he's going to hit $300,000 or $300,000 at 26 years old. He just bought another apartment complex, so he's up to 14, 15 doors of that, and he did it all off of pressure washing money. And so that is what you can do when you get around successful people and see, hear, talk to people that are being successful, learning, growing. It's awesome to see people grow. But other than that, I hope you all have a great night. And other than that, have a Merry Christmas. Don't drink and drive. Don't do nothing stupid. I know Christmas can be lonely for sometimes some people. If you need someone to reach out and talk to, definitely message me. I'll talk to you, whatever I can do to help you. If anybody is in dire need of anything, reach out to me. I can help. I'll see if I can help you in any way that I can help you. Other than that, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Again, don't drink and drive. Don't do something stupid. But have a Merry Christmas. And other than that, we'll see you all later.